What's going on, everyone? So, I've always liked Patrick Beverley. I've defended and stuck up for Patrick Beverley on numerous occasions. Not so much when he was on the Lakers. He was very frustrating on the Lakers. And Patrick Beverley, look, he can say some off-the-wall stuff. He says some stuff where you're just like, I don't know about that, dude. And then he says some stuff that is real and some facts. And look, I've had the pleasure of meeting Patrick Beverley. He was actually a great guy. I actually really enjoyed my encounter with him. But he has and does regularly say some stuff that you're just like, that's crazy and out of pocket, right? But sometimes he does, again, speak some facts. And he recently was talking about Rui Hachimura and kind of like how Rui can really kind of take those steps, right? He needs to have this mindset of, Anthony Davis is the guy and then it's me type thing. And I actually agree with Patrick Beverley, right? He kind of started off basically saying like, we're not going to talk, and then kind of brought it back. So I don't think he really had the thought flushed out properly, because again, he was kind of just going to go past Rui and then kind of reeled it back in. So I don't think the way he explained it was the best approach of explaining it. I understood his logic. I understand what he was trying to get across is like Rui needs to have this mindset of like, I'm going to go get a bucket. But again, I agree with his points, right? Rui Hachimura is coming off of a very good year. Excellent year, if you want to be honest, right? Especially shooting the basketball. But before let's start with his defense, right? And then we'll move into kind of his issues, right? In his defense, he's playing at a position and he's having to adapt and play a role that he's just never had to play before, right? He is a 4, not a 3. He doesn't move well laterally. He doesn't have the foot speed and quickness to be able to stay in front of and just blow by threes, right? He is best at the 4 spot to where he can match up with the physicality and size. He's got a good lower center of gravity, right? He's big, he's burly, he's strong. So also Darvin Ham didn't do Rui any favors. There were so many times last season where the offense would just get stagnant or stale. And you have a guy in Rui Hachimura who's one of the best mid-range shooters in the entire NBA. I mean, I'm talking like he's not like he's Kawhi level. Like, go look at his stats. Go look at his per 100 possessions when he's shooting the mid-range. I mean, the numbers don't lie. He is A1 when he gets to his spots and knocks down the mid-range. He's like in the 1 percentile, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 percentile, something like that. Point is he's excellent when he's put in position to have success. And this is a guy that could easily be a 20-point-a-game scorer if given the opportunity. Now, on this team, alongside LeBron and AD and all these guys, I just don't think he's going to get that opportunity. And as long as LeBron's on this team, he's never going to get the opportunity to play his proper position, which is the 4. Every time LeBron missed a game and Rui got to play the 4, he had his best games. I mean, he had a career night playing the 4 when LeBron was out, right? Because that's his spot. That's his position. That's where he gets the best usage as well as where he has the best mismatches on the court. But the point that Patrick Beverley was making was that, and I think the way he should have explained it, is Rui settles too much, right? Now, part of that could have just been Darvin Ham and what Darvin Ham was asking of him, and Rui just didn't want to step out of his role. But again, that kind of leads into what Patrick Beverley is talking about, right? You have to have this mindset, like, hey, this isn't working, I need to do more, right? I don't have to settle. You even saw Taurean Prince stop settling later into the season, right? And the example that he used was Kyle Kuzma, right? He used Kyle Kuzma. Now, the reason and the translation he used for Kyle Kuzma was that Kuz, he had the confidence. And he wants to see Rui have the confidence. What he talked about is that Rui, if Rui goes 0-7, he doesn't have the confidence of like the next one is money, right? You see Rui kind of get phased out of games at times. Where Kyle Kuzma would, he'd be 0-7 and then he'd knock down another. He'd knock down his first shot and then knock down another and another. And then it's just like when one started going. And look, Kuz is not shy, right? Kuz, I mean, look at Washington. We've seen him on the Lakers. And he's talking about Kyle Kuzma's mindset of like, no, I believe I'm as good as these guys. I believe that I can go and give you 20 a night. I believe, hey, like they just want me to stand in the corner and shoot threes. Like, I'm not cool with that. I'm going to go and create for myself a little bit. And again, Patrick Beverley, I don't think is wrong, right? Taurean Prince, I think, would have been a better example because we were on the same team last year and they both played similar roles, but Taurean Prince was the one that decided, like, hey, I'm not just going to do this. And I'm not saying Rui never, put the ball on the deck or anything like that. Christian Wood did it too. But Taurean Prince, you saw as the season progressed, yes, if he could get the shot off, he'd get the shot off. But at times when his shot wasn't falling, he would just go and try to just get to the basket. The problem with Taurean Prince is that he had no other offensive game really outside of like shooting the three ball or putting the ball on the deck and just getting to the basket. Where Rui, he has a whole arsenal. He has a whole bag, right? He can just pull up and shoot over the top. He can get to his spots. He can back you down, right? He can shoot over the left shoulder, shoot over the right shoulder. He can stop, and shoot on the move, right? Like he can do so many different things on the offensive side that really could help just maximize him more as a player. Yes, you're slotted at a position, but that doesn't mean you have to settle constantly. Doesn't mean you have to, solely shoot threes. Right? Now, again, I want to be fair to Rui because it wasn't just Rui. Right? You're playing the role in the position that is asked of you. And he still was fantastic. I mean, he averaged just a hair under 14 points per game. He had an EFG of 60%, which was insane. Shot nearly 60% from 2-point range, 59.7 to be exact. Shot 42.2% from 3, right? And yet, there were times where he just would completely get phased out. Completely, and I understand, he's like the fifth guy, right? Rui Hachimura, basically the fifth guy, right? Because you have AD, LeBron, 1A, 1B. Then you have D'Lo, who's been the third guy. Reeves is the fourth. Rui's the fifth. But you know how you become the third guy? You just dominate. You show that you're that guy. Right? If Rui could become consistently... I know he had a terrible playoff run, but his track record in the playoffs shows that was more of a fluke than it was a norm. Right? Look at last year, or the previous year with the Lakers in the playoffs. And then look at his years with Washington. He's always been a guy that is elevated. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he just had a bad run, right? So, to me, if he can kind of establish himself more and show, like, no, look, I am this guy. I am, like Patrick Beverley said, he should have the mindset of I'm the second best player. It's Anthony Davis, sure, fine. He's the guy, but then it's me. And again, it's just more the mindset. But Rui should be thinking to himself, maybe not LeBron and AD, but I can go get you 20 a night. If I got the ball, right? Rui doesn't really pass much now anyway. He's not a guy that's just out here wheeling and dealing in the playmaking department, right? Like, I love Rui, but, he's got the green light, shoot it, which is fine. He averaged 1.3 assists per game. He's not a guy that is just out there, man, I'm point forward Rui. No, he's a guy that's out there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to be a bucket. Go be a bucket. In my opinion, that's Patrick Beverley's point. You are a bucket. You are a walking bucket. You are a guy that can go get 20 a night. Go get 20 a night. He can. Can he get 14 as the fifth option on the Lakers last year on efficiency? Right? And that was him mostly being tucked away in the corner. Imagine if he was actually aggressive. Imagine if he was actually looking for his spots and trying to play. Especially when the offense gets stagnant. That's why I hope J.J. Redick actually does right by him. I'm hoping J.J. Redick actually goes like, hey, you know what? Like, when you're on the court, take the shots. Hey, the offense getting a little stagnant. Rui, get on the block and let's go. Type thing. That's my hope, at least. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, like, yeah, like, clearly, it's one of those things where Rui he needs to change his mindset. He needs to be more aggressive. He needs to be looking for his spots more. Do you think, no, it's just not who he is? How you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.